Yes?
Yes, done. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, hello, let's run through a little bit of what we have for today. The usual ground rules. First thing is sit in a comfortable place, headset. We recommend notepads and pens. By now, you know how useful it will be. And chats are really going live. I mean, people are having good conversations around it. Do let us know if we have to improve something in those spaces as well. And if you want to talk something and you think it will make sense to stop us and talk, always raise your hand so we unmute you and then we can go ahead. Uh, and yes, the social media hashtags. We are getting tremendous amount of support from all of you, and hashtag is something that we are tracking and we are reposting, we are following most of you in Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag visuals at work is a hashtag, but if you have to tag us, you can tag us in Facebook or Instagram, which is at visuals at work bootcamp. So the word bootcamp is added. So that will give us a notification which ways we can start reposting your work. Having said that, a little bit of journey because we've crossed halfway and most of them have also joined midway and some have joined like today. So just give them a glimpse of what we've been through in the 5 days of boot camp. Piyush, I'm just going to steal 2 minutes of your time here, if you don't mind.
No worries.
Okay. So first day was Corolla Vermeulen. She was talking about visualize your future, and the way she was asking us to visualize about the future self, and did some goal settings and priming activities with us. In fact, we got very good sketch notes from Tim Hammond's Ashkhat and Scoops, that is Shilpa Shrikant, visuals.works, Grid You Know. We've got, I mean, I've tried to collate as much as I could of all the participants one by one. Day 2 was me talking about collaborating leadership, crystallizing visual techniques, where we spoke about storyboarding, roadmaps, metaphors, and mental model. If you see in the scribe and on the rest of the post that we've got from the participants, I think it's all covered. The minute you see it, you get to know what it is. And it was very interactive. Thank you so much. And day 3, Visual Thinking and Collaborative Tools by William Brandt, the author of Visual Doings and Visual Thinking. She was talking about effective communication and she was giving us tips and techniques about how to go make this visual thinking into visual doing. And again, on the right hand side, and here you got like most of artwork, sketch notes, graphics around this. And thank you so much, because how each one of your styles are varied from one another, and look at the color palette that you played with. I mean, innovation has no limits, I could say. Day 4, Tim Hammonds was talking about storytelling templates for trainers, and where he was discussing about start with why, and he was playing around strategy, story, style, and structure, the 4 components of why. And he also helped us make some creative curry with the core and creative skills together. Thank you, Tim, for that. These are a few other templates and a few sketches that we've got from you on that. Day 5 is design thinking in relations with visual thinking. That was yesterday. Rahul was presenting it. Few of the stories that I tried capturing, that is here. And thank you all for this. Thank you so much. It's been great response all over. And your creative skills actually encourage us to do more. On that note, today, thank you, Piyush. I stole just 2 minutes of your time, and this is another one that Tim Hammonds recently posted and just gives a complete context of who has missed it yesterday. It is here today for you to just go through and know more. With that, I introduce Piyush, who's a visual facilitator, and he's a storyteller, does training around, and most of he's also a consultant. He's based in Netherlands right now, but he was from India. He is staying in Netherlands for the past 5 years. Piyush is a visual thinker and a believer of visual techniques and all of it. With that, I will introduce Piyush to come over. And he is a man, I would say, who wear multiple hats. And Piyush, could we see you here?
Multiple hats.
And yes, here he is with another hat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Piyush. Yeah, over
Great.
to you. Yeah.
Thanks, Agalya. Thanks, Agalya, for saying much more than what I am. But I'll try to do my best to justify your time, which you have taken out on the weekends. I'll
Mm.
completely try to add value to your time. So without wasting time,
And just even before you introduce, I want you to also share with you some experience about your innovation Toastmaster skills also a little bit, because that is something I'm not very much aware of. So if you could just give us a glimpse of that and then skip to the story for today, that would be great.
okay, I'll cover it in my introduction.
Perfect. Thank you.
Cool. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Make unco-host me, Agalya, so I don't see the waiting room notifications.
Okay.
I am sharing my screen. Let me know if you all are able to see.
Yes. We are able to see you. Thank you.
Let
I
me.
don't know how to do full screen.
Cool. Cool. So let's start.
Yes.
So today we are here for digital marketing campaigns and how we can do in visual facilitation way. I'm assuming that I have a lot of content. I'll try to squeeze it in the limited time which I have. But if I extend by 5-10 minutes, but so don't mind. If you have to leave, you can leave. But if you have 5-10 minutes extra, then fantastic. Agalya, you need to unco-host me. I still see the waiting room notifications. Yeah. So a quick agenda for today. I'll take around 10 minutes or even less than 10 minutes to give you my introduction. For 65 minutes, we'll have core content and we'll work on digital marketing campaign and see how visual facilitation helps. And then for the last 10 minutes, we will have some question and answers. Cool. Let's proceed. I will also request you to bring your focus. Cap to keep focusing on the slides because see how I have designed the slides, how I've used visual vocabulary in designing my slides as well. So although my major concentration will be on digital marketing today, but still keep focusing on the visual aspect of the presentation as well. Few my personal rules. One is if you are chatting with anyone secretly on your phone, then stop it. Because I assure you this session will add value to your life. And if you concentrate, you will learn a lot today. Second is keep taking pictures of my slides. Wherever you think there's an important content, keep taking pictures of your computer screen and that's fine with me. And the third, which is the most important one, have fun. If you will not have fun, you will not learn today. So keep having fun. This is not a very serious workshop, very commonsensical workshop. I'll try to explain things to you in a very, very easy manner. Let's define the scope of this webinar so we all know what we are going to learn. We will basically be learning three aspects today. One is how you can design, what is the basic spine of online marketing campaign, what needs to be done when you are designing any marketing campaign. We will see, and basically that is called funnel. I'll explain you the funnel. The second one is the different types of online activities which you can do in a sequenced way. And the third is we will do a specific focus on Facebook ads and how Facebook ads can help you in your marketing. All this, and in between, we will also have around 3 visual facilitation exercises. Cool. Keep observing again the visuals which I have used from my visual vocabulary to see the scope. This guy who is trying to see is a metaphor for scope. Quick introduction. So my business name is Curious Piyush, but my individual name is Piyuesh Modi. And it gives me a slight favor because I share the same surname or title as the Prime Minister of India right now. So it's a cool conversation starter for me. And professionally, I'm a visual storyteller, which means I like converting models into visual storytelling, making business drawings. The speakers which you see in this bootcamp, they are all my gurus. I have learned from them. It is not the skill which you are born with. You keep learning from people and then acquiring, mixing things up and then acquiring. And I'm an online marketer as well. And online marketing I have learned in a very hands-on way by actually doing my own campaigns, and not by following a course or something. So whatever I know is very hands-on. I've spent a lot of money, time, and energy in failing and succeeding. Many of the campaigns have failed and some have succeeded. I've taken the success stories with me. What I love doing, rather what we love doing at Curious Piyuesh. Curious Piyuesh is the brand name. We love making automations, online marketing automations. One of the automations which you might have experienced is the whole bootcamp, how automatically you paid and then you came to the WhatsApp group, and now we are managing things smoothly. The whole thing is called marketing automation, under which various aspects is Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn networking, email marketing. A lot of you must have received my LinkedIn messages as well. And then social media marketing. The visual part is I give training on visual thinking to corporate teams and individuals. We make doodle based explainer videos. If you are into blogging or something, then we make sketch notes. So like how you are seeing the summarizing done through live scribing, the sessions are being summarized. These summarizations can be done in various aspects, in blogs or your live sessions, anything. I make visual storyboards for business processes, like how Rahul Andrews showed you yesterday on the design thinking. And I love collaborating with trainers and visual facilitators. Trainers, mainly if you are an agile trainer or a scrum trainer or a design thinker, or maybe from any specialized genre. So we collaborate. Rahul Andrews again talked a lot about this yesterday, that how visual facilitators collaborate with one another genre of specialization, and then together the service becomes very visual. So these are our service offerings. Quick introduction to my visual resume. This is the visual resume. Again, the frame has been taken from the book, Willemin's book. Willemin was our third day speaker. So what I do is, this is my exterior. Exterior is my professional world, which is digital marketing. I love conducting co-creation sessions, team performances, change management, empowering people with drawing, helping people use visuals at work and making work more fun. My inside part is more of my personal stuff, which is I love doing Krav Maga, which is an Israeli fighting skill. I love traveling, which is a little low these days. Being an Indian family is always very important to you. I love training as well, and that's why training is not just my professional part, but I love training as well. I'm a teacher at heart. I do acro yoga, and I do pole dancing as well. It doesn't look like dancing, but then pole workout would be the right word. Some pictures. This was one of the training which I was giving in Utrecht on FB ads. I'm also a part of an expert pool here, which is run by 7 Days to Go. And this was one-to-one consulting in Amsterdam, in which I was giving them consulting, the business owners, the consulting on designing their campaigns. This was at WeWork Amsterdam again. And this was again, similar kind of content, which I'm sharing today with you all. It was about how to run Facebook ad in a very funneled way. So this was specific to Facebook ads. These are my visual storytelling workshop. This was with Friesland Campina, one of the biggest dairy companies in the Netherlands. And these were their project managers, and they learned how to make visual storyboards on a big flip chart. This was a 7 hours masterclass. This was at Avance School, which is in Den Bosch. And then we took a workshop on visual sketchnoting. Means how students can take sketch notes in schools and universities rather than just taking linear text notes. And tomorrow you will be having a fabulous speaker, Mike Roddy himself, who is the inventor of the word sketch notes, and he will be your speaker tomorrow. This was at TU Eindhoven, a very famous university in Eindhoven. And this again was a workshop on visual sketchnoting, how they can use sketchnotes for their thesis and dissertations, and also when the teacher is teaching in your class rather than taking text notes. So basically sketchnoting for reporting and journaling your research. This was not a workshop. This was a visual facilitation of around 72 people who came from Eastern European countries, and we were brainstorming on how to solve the problems of the migrants who have shifted here, and how to um, help keep people in their own countries, and how to empower them there itself. So this was a visual facilitation. We ran around 4 exercises to come up with a final solution. This was again a visual facilitation exercise in Eindhoven, and the chart on the left hand side which you see was we ran 6 thinking hat, we worked on 6 thinking hat model, and then people harvested their results in the form of a tree metaphor, and they used a lot of post-its. You have learned a lot during Tim's session, Williamin's session. Agalya also talked about it, right? And if you want to connect with me personally, Instagram is the best source. I am most active on Instagram, and I'll be happy to answer your queries or anything else. So are you ready? Give me some, open your mics and give me some shouts. Are you ready or not?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Very nice. If you are ready, then let's have a quick poll. Agalya, can you launch the poll for me? I want to know what is the status of people right now. See if you are able to launch the poll. Your mic is off.
I've launched the poll, and
yeah. Can you take around 15 seconds to tell me what is the status of yours in terms of knowledge in digital marketing, so I know how much I have to put in energy while explaining to you.
Very nice. Okay.
Do we have results as well?
Just give me a minute. I'm seeing them, and I can even. Okay. So there is, out of 101, it's still going on. Let's give like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm ending the poll here. 21% has said I have no idea about it. 60% says I understand only a bit, but not too sure. And 3% says I have hired marketing guys in the past for ads. 13% says I understand digital marketing and FB ads thoroughly. And 3% says I'm a professional in digital marketing. So there are like 3% of professionals.
Yeah.
And let's say another 10% approximately of people who I hire and work with, and the rest have very less knowledge about it. So that's the whole status.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I think luckily I have made the content in that scene that it will help majority of you, and I think you even the thorough ones will have some value add in today's session. So let's focus on the first scope of the webinar. Let's understand what is an online marketing funnel. If you don't understand the funnel, and trust me, most of the entrepreneurs fail in this because they keep doing all the activities in bits and pieces and scattered all over, but they don't understand a synchronized way. And that's why all their investments go haywire and they are not funneled. So let's see what is the funnel. But before that, I don't want to bore you with all my speaking. I want you to take 3 minutes, pick up your pen and paper, and be thorough with some kinds of icons. So see what, try to draw these icons. It will not take you more than 3 minutes. Just warm up your hand. This is basically a visual warm up, which I want you to do. Take 3 minutes, please. And it will help you in further exercises as well. You would be recognizing a lot of icons from Williamin's workshop, the kind of iconology she follows. Yeah, how many you did? Around 60% till now? Okay. We'll take 40 more seconds and then we'll go ahead. Those who have drawn, show me, put your things on camera and I'll be able to see. But yeah, because I'm in speaker view, so I cannot see you also. I have to shift. Can you show in your cameras if you have drawn something? Uh-huh. Okay, I can see, yeah, Tarun, Raj, Arend. Super nice. Okay, yeah, cool. You guys have drawn. So visually warmed up. Okay, let's go ahead. I think you got this opportunity, Agalya, to take pictures as well. So now let's go ahead. Now, understand that digital marketing is no different. It's just that the platform has changed, but the common sense, again, the bottom line of this workshop will be common sense. Everything remains the same. Whether you take the name online selling, it means real world selling, online marketing, real world marketing, online business, real world business. The core remains the same. The common sense remains the same, just that the tools have changed. So now let's take an example here. And this is the most important slide here. Let's say you are a yoga teacher. You have just started your yoga lessons, or you just started your yoga classes. Now, what generally people do is this, what entrepreneurs usually do in the real world. Today, I thought I should start a yoga lesson. And tomorrow what I did was I got one yoga pamphlet printed and just put it out on the road, or maybe on my in my apartment. I'm telling you the real world, what real world entrepreneurs will do, and then we will see the online version as well. Okay, nobody participated in your yoga lessons. You said, okay, maybe it was a wrong day. Let me try again. You again printed some pamphlets and again put it in your apartment or on road, and then again it didn't work, and you again tried, and again you made a pamphlet and it didn't work, and then you thought, okay, then you start giving excuses, then that the scenario was not good, and this was not good, and that was not good. Now let's see what an online entrepreneur does in the same scenario. The online entrepreneur thinks that, wow, all their friends on Facebook are their probable customers. What she does is she goes on Facebook and makes the first post that, okay, I have my yoga classes and this is a 20% flat discount or something. So she makes a sales pitch as her first post. Doesn't work, people don't subscribe. You again go and make a second post on maybe after 3-4 days, and again people don't respond, and again you do the same thing on the third day, and people are not responding, and then you start thinking that, oh, maybe they don't need classes, maybe the situation is bad or something, some other excuses. Let's see what could have been the right way to do this. In the real world scenario, whenever you are introducing your business or started your business, the first thing you should do you should do is spread the awareness about it. So basically talk to your closest of relatives that, hey, I have started a yoga lesson, what do you think about it? And awareness of your classes. The second would be an intelligent move would be call everyone for free, that, okay, tomorrow morning I'm doing a yoga class, everyone is invited, let's do some yoga for free, so that they experience your service. And the third one is the one which you were actually doing wrong in the first example, was the third is your sales pitch. So the bottom line here is never make your sales pitch as your first exercise. And that's where most of the entrepreneurs go wrong. They think that marketing means sales. Sales pitch is the best pitch, and it should not be your first pitch. So this is the real world scenario. We'll dig deeper into it, but I'm just introducing the subject to you. What is the counter? What is an equivalent in the online zone? And in the bracket, I've written organic. Right now, I'm giving you an example of organic online promotion, which means you just do it for free by your own network. You are not using any ads or all. We will be dealing with the ads a little later. So this is the thing which you do on Facebook. Go out and say that why you started your yoga lessons, what is your passion behind it, make people aware. This should not be your first sales pitch. The second is make a Facebook event and invite people for free, maybe a webinar, maybe something, or if it's a real world scenario, invite them to experience your service for free. And the third one should be actually a sales pitch, even on Facebook, if you're using Facebook. So see, I've shown you two examples, a real world example and an online example, in which the accurate way of doing pitching your services is in a funneled way, in a sequential way. Let's go a little deeper into it. The bottom line is that nobody wants you to hear only your selling pitches, that I sell, I sell, I sell. Many of you are in the training business, and you must have experienced, whenever you see a post of anyone of your friend, the only thing which you see is, hey, I'm doing a class tomorrow, join me. Hey, buy from me, discount, and all those stuffs, right? And you never see anything else from them. Don't do that. Nobody wants to, on social media, nobody wants to hear your selling pitch as your first pitch. Now, before we go ahead, let's do a quick facilitation exercise on designing your product. If you are new into entrepreneurship, or if you already have a service or a product, this exercise will actually help you to finalize or to frame your services or a product. Now, what is this exercise? This is called product creation exercise, and we will try to do this exercise. Now, what it is, basically, see this A, B, C, D. These are 4 sections. The 4 sections are, the first one is positioning, the second one is product category, the third one is target audience, and the fourth one is style and tone of voice. What you should do when you have filled these categories, you have to write this sentence. So see, what is the sentence? If I pick any one of the examples here, the sentence will sound like, I want to create a high-end, B is shoe, for women that is authentic. You're getting this point? This is the sentence which you make to define your service. I want to create A is positioning, B is product category, C is target audience, and D is your style and tone of the voice. I want you to take around 2 minutes to discover your positioning, product category, target audience, and style of voice for your own services, and try to write this sentence for yourself. If you have done it very quickly, then draw this sentence. This is where the visual facilitation comes into play. Visualize your services. Remember the first session, Carola was talking about visualizing your future. Everything you want to do, you should visualize it. So try to give yourself around 2 to 3 minutes to first frame this sentence, and then try to draw this in this on a sheet of paper. If you have an A4 sheet, try to draw this on a sheet of paper. Let me know if you have any confusion in this. And I'm going back to, let me check some chats as well, if you are having any confusion.
There is no question as such, Piyush. I would just let you know if there is something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to go ahead and wants to share the I want to create sentence? Can switch on their mic and tell me.
Yeah, hi Piyush, this is Mridula.
Hi Mridula.
My statement is
We lost you.
Hi, this is Monica. Should I just go ahead?
Yes, Monica, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
Monica.
hi. Yeah, so I wrote, I want to create an educational training for teens that is playful.
You want to create
An educational training for teens that is playful.
Fantastic. Exactly. Now, can you also take a minute to draw this? To see how your own imagination. Now you are a little warmed up with drawing, and you also have learned from other speakers how to draw. So try to draw your solution.
Sure, I'll do that.
Hi Piyush, Umar here.
Hi Umar.
So my pitch is, I want to create a meaningful platform for leaders that is valuable and engaged.
Okay, cool. So that is valuable. Here, valuable, it doesn't sound like style and tone of the, yeah. So valuable, basically authentic. Your word will be authentic, but valuable can also be an option.
Okay.
So yeah, try to draw this as well. You will see that when we write this sentence, we are more sure of what we exactly want to do, because these 4 things are very important when you think of your service or products. We'll take around 30 seconds to draw.
Hi Piyush, just a note, Rohit here.
Yeah.
So can you add more than what you have there, or it's basically you have to choose from only these ones?
Of course you can add, but these 4 are very important. Like, you should not miss on these 4 categories.
Sure. And then inside those also we can add and just make something like that.
Oh yeah,
right?
these are just examples which I've given you.
Sure.
But the words can be anything. You just have to understand that you should talk about positioning, product category, target audience, and style and tone of the voice when you are working in an online way, or maybe in your real business as well.
Sure. Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, let's move ahead. And we will see your drawings a little later, because this will be used in the next exercise as well. I'm moving further here. You can take a screenshot if you wish to of this facilitation exercise. So now let's come to the funnel part here. Now keep these pictures in mind. Remember what we did. This is the yoga lesson, and real world was talk awareness. The second one was you're doing some free things. And then the third one was your sales pitch. Now this is what the front end people see. This is what the world sees. But let me show you what a marketer sees. The marketer sees this. So when I work with my clients, or I work with my own projects, I see these, I see this in this kind of bucket, in this funneled way. So the first exercise which you were doing by telling your neighbors, or just making a post on Facebook, you are basically making them aware of what you want to do and why you want to do. The second was a consideration exercise. In the marketing term, it is called consideration, when people are trying to taste your services, the how part of it. And the third one is where the actually conversion comes, when you make an actual pitch of in exchange of a price. Right now, let's see this. I gave you an example of a small business here, but let's say what big businesses do. Everyone follows the same funnel. In the right hand side, you will see the big businesses. Have you seen these kind of banners when people say, get ready for it, we are opening? This is basically an awareness. They have not even made a sales pitch to you. So even the big brands, one of the biggest takeaways from this workshop would be that whenever you see any advertisements, or for that matter, any businessman talking about anything, try to see which bucket he's working on. If you can foresee this, you are half a marketer already. Which bucket he's working in. Whatever I say, whatever I do, see which bucket I'm working in. So even put me in your judgment box. If I'm giving you a webinar, see which bucket I'm working in. The second exercise is consideration. Have you all gone to the shop where the lady asks you to taste something? That tasting, he's not asking you a price against it. He's asking you, or she's asking you to taste the product or services. Basically, she's inviting you to fall in the consideration funnel. The third one is actually when you make a sales pitch, which could be a % discount or something else. So that's an exchange which you are making to sell your services or products. And that's the conversion stage. Keep this funnel in mind. And if this is imprinted in your mind, the further slides will be very easy for you. Now, understand that your customer always loves a 3-course meal. How many meals? 3-course meal. And what are these meals? This meal was nothing but the funnel which I showed you: awareness, consideration, conversion, which means that to convert one customer, you have to communicate 3 times to that customer. And I'll explain to you in easier manner as well. So let's see what are these. Again, I'm putting you the same picture in front of you. Here I have put various businesses. This was the example of small business, and this is the example of big business. See that the first stage was awareness, and this was the first spoon which you were feeding to your target audience. And the second one was consideration. The third one was conversion. Let's understand that when this funnel runs, how your communication changes and how your customer life cycle changes. Again, my focus is for you to bring you to a bucketed mindset always think in buckets when you are marketing, when you are spending in marketing. So let's see, when you are talking about awareness, what happens is in the awareness stage, you should always talk about why you are doing this business. So just introduce yourself, why you are doing this, your passion and your reason around it. In the consideration stage, you should talk about how. And the way to talk about how is invite them to try your product or services. So make a free offer, let them try it and show them how your process works. This is why many of your, in Netherlands, I see even the bakery shops invite you to see how they bake products and maybe even give you some of their bakery products for free, because they know that once you have tasted them, you're more confident of them, and now you will be in a better situation to buy when you are in need of that service or of that product. The third one is talk about the what. This is where you talk about what I have in exchange of a price. So see how the communication is changing in three stages of your marketing campaign: awareness, consideration, conversion, and the communication is changing from why, how, and what. See how customer life cycle changes, how we marketers call it. The first, when you know nobody, was a stranger. When you knew nobody, they were all strangers to you, right? They didn't know about your services. Once you talk the why with them and basically running them through an awareness stage, they become your traffic. We marketers call it traffic. Now, after that, when the traffic comes, so when you visit a website, you are a traffic. But when you have downloaded or when you have experienced, I know many of you I see in my emails have downloaded my freebies, which are on my website, the visual freebies. So what happened, you were a traffic on my website, but now you became a lead on my website. When you become a lead, when you have actually exchanged numbers or given your email ID to me or something to reach you back, that's when you become a lead. And what happens after the lead is very confident, and when you are communicating with your lead, a lot of times you're communicating about how and offering free stuffs. Then when the situation comes, when your customer is actually in need of that service, he will remember you and will come back to you. This is when your lead becomes a customer. So stranger, traffic, lead, and customer. Does the story ends here? No. The story doesn't end here, because you never sell only one time to a customer. Always, as a smart businessman, you should always have an upselling and a cross-selling product ready with you. So once they have consumed one product, once you have consumed one t-shirt of Reebok, they will always pitch you a shoe or a wristband or something else. So upselling and cross-selling are the next stage. And how the communication changes? The communication changes to nurturing. Now it has become your relationship. You nurture them and always tell them that I'm there for you. So I'm there for you is the language which changes when somebody has become your customer. And what happens? The stranger, traffic, lead, customer, the customer changes to a loyal customer. Now, when you have to buy a shoe, you don't need, Nike doesn't need to go through all these funneling to sell you a shoe, because Nike has already gone through these stages and you already know this, that Nike is a nice product. Many of you have known the speakers. You have spent for the speakers on this bootcamp, right? Because you have already consumed their books. You have already consumed their blogs. And now you were very confident that, wow, there are speakers and this will be a value to you. And that's why we have these kind of numbers in this bootcamp, right? Till now it's clear. Now, if this is clear, do any one of you can think of another scenario to relate to this?
If you can take one question which has come right now, which says, those of us who are not entrepreneurs are doing our own business, but are working for a company or in a service. Can you give any analogy example to make use of this kind of a template for them? Is there any other way, who are not running their own business, but then?
Lovely. So understand that this is the way of life. As a marketer, I call it a funnel, but understand that this is a way of life. Now, why I call it a way of life, and then the person who has asked this question will be able to relate to it, is my next slide, which is,
Okay.
now I'll come to that slide, but let me introduce the visual way as well here. Now, this is a funnel. Now, funnel is boring. And this is where I also want you to see where the storytelling comes into play. Now, understand that funnel is basically an icon. Here is the difference between an icon and a storytelling. A funnel is an icon, right? You don't relate anything to it. Now, let me explain you the same thing, the same with an analogy in a visual storytelling way. Let's see. Now, I have I have named it as the marketer's love story. Do you already get a get a hint of what I'm trying to show you here? So let's see, this was your boring funnel, and the funnel was talking about awareness, consideration, conversion, why, how, and what, right? Keep this picture in your mind. Now the marketer's love story is this. So basically, when you meet a girl in your college or maybe at your workplace or maybe anywhere else, this is the first thing which you do when you meet a girl is talk about yourself, about your passion, the awareness stage. Basically, you are making her aware of who you are and not making a sales pitch to her. And I'll tell you what is the sales pitch in this context. The second one is take her out for something, maybe a dinner or maybe in a boat. We are all have done this, right? Those who have successful love stories, we have all done that, right? So take her on a boat and now talk about how of it, how you live your life, what drives you. So make her experience you, basically make her taste the aura around you, right? And what is the third thing which we all have in our mind? The final kiss. So if this was your what, then this is your final stage, but you will only attain this stage when you have crossed these two stages. So now the coming to the question which Agalya you asked, this applies to anywhere, whether you are talking to your boss. If you go to your boss, many of us, I get a lot of requests from students. The first time they reach out to me, send me a LinkedIn request, and they say, "Oh, hi, I'm this, and I need an internship or I need a job." Do you think I would ever communicate with them? No.
No.
So go to your LinkedIn, establish a relationship. And how do you establish a relationship? Work in this why, how, what. Initiate with a passion. What do you do? Many of with you, which I might have connected on LinkedIn, see what the initial messages which I give when I connect with people. The second is tell them your processes, invite them to taste your product, invite them to download some free stuffs from your website. And the third one, you will see that they will get converted. This is one of the reasons why all these big speakers which we have, they all have an audience. And what do you mean by an audience? When they post on their social media that this boot camp is happening, you all want to join it, right? Why? Because they have known or knowingly or unknowingly run you through this why and how stages of their business. Now,
Right.
what happens if you, so yeah, I hope I have answered your question. So
Yeah, definitely, yes. I think Sandeep should just give me a chat message whether it's convinced. But I think, yeah, it is. It is come
whether
out
you are
very.
going to a networking event, whether you are talking to a friend, many of us I see when you meet in the meeting, I mean, sorry, when you meet someone in the evening and then you say, oh, how is your work going? You know, you always know that the conversation is going in a boring mode. How is your work going? And all those typical answers, they all want to exchange some needy things with each other, but no, have a conversation. So this why, how, and what fundamentals will help you in all spheres of your life. And what happens if you make a sales pitch in your first attempt? Basically, this guy is trying to make a sales pitch of a kiss. God save you, right? So always move in a funneled way, especially in your love life, and especially if you're running a marketing campaign. So if we are through and if we have understood this, then what I want you to do is, you have already drafted your solution. Now look at the picture which we have drafted. Now this red slide means we are now experiencing a visual facilitation exercise. So this is what I call is the marketer's love story. And now see your drawing here, which you have drawn. And now try to come up with these three communications for your business. So what will you talk in the why section when you are communicating with your audience? What will you talk in the how section? And what will you talk in the conversion section of your business? If you want to draw this, you can draw. You are most welcome. But if not, then at least in one sheet, in one A4 sheet, draw a big bubble and try to come up with pointers of communication. What do you think you can talk about in each section? And I have already written here, why means just introduce, passion and reason. How is let them try your product. What are your ideas for them to try your product? And what is your conversion? How do you want, what is the exchange which you want in exchange of your services? So take around not 4 but 3 minutes to do this exercise. And I will check some chats.
We've got 2 questions, Piyush. If you're okay to take it right now, we can.
The best time.
Okay, then in that case, there's one question which asks, might we create awareness by expressing interest of our customers' point of view? When you were talking about the awareness part, so the question says, might we create awareness by expressing interest of our customers' point of view rather than the self point of view?
Very true, very true. And I love this part when people are already, their minds have activated, because now these questions, each question is hinting to my next slide. And now this is the slide which you are hinting at. This is called buyer persona. So you have to talk about the buyer persona. You have to first draft your buyer persona as well to understand what they want to hear. So of course you are in the business because you want to fill somebody's need. You're not in the business because you want to do something. There is a need and that's what you want to fulfill. But then even when there is a need, there's also a passion. It's not that somebody needs this and I will exactly do in the same way. I also have my own passion. And when the need mixes with passion is when a great combination comes.
And another question, it is also a very interesting question, I feel. How does website design take care of this funnel in terms of homepage or other pages? So can we relate something of this experience to creating a social media pages also?
This is another question which is just in my next slide. So
all right, so we will wait for it.
Yes, this is a hint that people are already thinking about things. So you will see when I'll be discussing about what are the activities you will do in each funneled phase, and then you will learn where the website falls in.
Right. And the chats are very interesting. It's just going to the movies and love stories.
Go on, share.
In the movie, Will Smith took the girl to the how without clarifying what he's doing for a living. Just a thought. And someone said it's because it's Will Smith.
Absolutely, and I think this is the difference between the hero and the villain in the movie. The villain directly jumps on the what, and the hero always makes a funnel.
Okay.
Yeah, if some of you would want to tell your why, how, and what, awareness, consideration, and conversion, if they might have written something.
I am ready. Sorry.
And also we encourage people to come out and I mean, those people who are talking are always stepping up. We can also have some other participants coming over and sharing their thoughts.
You can pinpoint, you can pick up Agalya. Pick anyone. It's okay. Let's, we are all a family here.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go on, Raj, go on.
Okay, no, I thought probably you want to give chance to someone else, but no problem. So I'll do quickly. So my objective is to spread the visual awareness amongst the students. That's my passion.
Okay.
And the why part of it is obviously sketching is thinking, and that's a message I want to give it to students. How I would like to do is obviously by offering the online sketching classes to students, and then what's the next is basically build subject specific sketch note offering. That's the ultimate thing I would like to do.
So here the what part actually, Raj, is the sales part. So do not shy away from putting a price to your offerings as well. So the first, the how part was actually your content part, but what is basically your industry. If your industry has a discount thing going on, then apply that discount. Some industries do not work on the discounted way. They might have some other sales pitch. So what is exactly the sales pitch? And in the first part, which I observed was, you were talking about sketches and all, but talk about the why. Show the passion behind it, that why you are passionate about sketching. So show that passion in your communication.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, thank you.
Piyush, can I share mine?
Yes, please, go on.
Is my screen visible?
Not to me.
Not to me either.
I've started my video.
Okay.
Is it?
Not yet, at least.
But go on.
But just go on, keep explaining.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. So my why is, so the product is basically a diabetes mobile app, and why is capacity building, diabetes education and consultation. How is gaming app for diabetes education
I will
catering
I'll pause you here. Mridula, right?
Yeah.
Mridula, your why. Understand that So I know that this is not an easy exercise, and that's why you need a facilitator, because communication is everything in marketing. See, read again your why. Basically, your why is you're actually telling about your product, but you're not talking about why you started this. Tell your story. Was there a diabetic patient in your family? Are you diabetic? So give,
Yeah.
open your heart out. This is your why, the passion behind it. Why this idea of diabetes came to your mind.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
That's how
because
people
yeah.
will able to relate.
Right.
People always love to hear why you started your business. They have ample of options to buy stuffs from, but they will love your story.
Okay. Right. Right. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. So
Go on.
shall I say that or?
Yeah,
Yes.
go on the how part.
So yeah, why is basically because I am myself a public health consultant and I'm myself a diabetic from past 27 years.
Hmm.
And that's why I want to build up the capacity building of other patients who are children as well as their caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
And how is through a gaming app for diabetes education catering different age groups.
Mm-hmm.
And what would this include would be the membership fees
Hmm.
that will be taken
Correct. So
annually.
Mithila, here again, what you are doing is you are defining in all these three exercises, your brain was working on defining your product. The motto of this exercise is not defining your product. The motto of this exercise is to define your communication. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that you are on the right track, but your answer has to be that what will you tell to the people? So what is your communication? What is your exact sentence? I understand
Oh,
your product, but when you're talking about how, so talk about the communication part of it. What will you
so
communicate?
okay. So does this mean that what am I going to write over here is what the customers are going to read?
Yes. So a how, for example, if somebody has a cookie shop, then this
Mm-hmm.
exercise, this boat thing will say, hey guys, I thought I should have, and this is of course depending on the voice and tone you want to have for your own business, which is again the exercise which we did just now before, draw your solution. So let's say if you have a cookie shop and if I have to use my voice and tone, I will say, hey guys, I thought of experimenting it with new ingredients to make cookies, and I invite you all to come to my house on this Sunday and see how the cookies are done. I mean, how are the cookies tasting? And I will love your feedback. So this
Okay,
is the
got it.
communication. So
Yeah.
see what I'm doing? I'm trying to invite them. It is not a
Mm.
sales pitch. Here I'm not even talking about my passion, because my passion already I talked about. Hey guys, I think we all have similar kind of cookies, and I love cookies. And I
Mm.
think maybe all cookies are sweet. And I thought of experimenting. I'm a very experimental person. I want to try spicy cookies. So see, the
Right.
why part is showing my passion towards spices, because, and maybe I can add stories. I am from India and I have so many namkeens and all those things. And why not cookies are spicy? Although in India we do
Mm.
have spicy cookies, but maybe ice creams, for example, why ice creams are not spicy? Just think about it. We could have
Yeah.
some achari spicy, or maybe tikka masala ice creams. We don't have that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got my point, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
Piyush,
And
i-
yeah, go on.
is there time to share one more story? If so, I would like to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll
Yeah,
squeeze.
so I have a context from my organization standpoint. Being a Scrum Master, I would like to share this change enabler journey. And there is a small correction in my image, like vice versa. So why is like many companies now are trying to move towards an agility to build capability and market share and revenue profitability. So that's why the results. That's why which is being said. And I'm asking, how do we do that? By build, measure, learn, continuously building and measuring and learning from the experiments and the innovations that we do. And how, what and how do we do that is using Scrum. So we enact and employ Scrum in our organizations across people, product, and technology, and do that. Does it
No. So
align?
there are few shortcomings here. First, the what part. Again, what, do not shy away to tag your stuffs with a prize. Understand? And especially, I am assuming you are from India, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I keep on talking with Agalya and Nitasha that it's a cultural thing as well. We as Indians, we are very shy to market ourselves, to put a price against our offerings. So do not shy away. You have invested your time and money. Always in the what section, you should talk about, okay, I will offer a 4-hour Scrum workshop or training and this price. This is your what. The one which you said was still a how. You were still explaining your product. Now, your two communications were correct. The awareness and the how part was awareness and consideration. Communication was correct. But understand that it sounded very mechanical to me. This is where a typical company and a Google has a difference. When Google talks, understand that you have to explain a human being is consuming this. Even though you are doing a B2B sales, but a B2B, everything is for humans, right? A human is selling something to a human. Ultimately, the consumer is a human. And humans are very simple beings. We have a child inside. Now, if your Scrum sounds very mechanical to me, very, very jargonized to me, then you will see that this is the difference you will find in a so-called very famous company and a typical, a follower kind of a company which is a leader in this industry. They will find out new ways to talk. But a follower company always follows in a very, safe zone. So take that risk. I would invite you to take that risk. If I would not have, probably many of my friends would have told me, oh, this is a formal webinar. How can you give examples of this love story and all? But no, take that risk. We all fall in love, right? We are humans. We will understand this most easily. So yeah. If you hire a communication freelancer or a consultant, he will help you to, to emotionalize that communication rather than just being very mechanical. And that's why visual helps, if I would have drawn boxes here, you would not even have dared to think creatively. Boxes just close your mind. But when you see these stories, you are already emotional and some cute things are moving in your mind. Okay, so
makes sense.
Move ahead. Thanks for your question.
Thank you, Piyush. And can you take one more question? And this is from Ari.
No.
This approach.
No, yeah? I cannot take. Let me, because I have a lot of content.
All right.
Keep it noted.
Sure.
Okay, so we have covered the first scope of this webinar, which was the basics of online marketing. Has everyone understood the funneling? How the 3 phases of funneling work? Give me some chats, yes or no's.
Give us a thumbs up. In the reaction, you have thumbs up. Yes, give us a thumbs up.
Great. So picturize in your mind. Your mind should, this funnel should be in your mind. Now, different types of online activities. I'm coming to that question as well. That, okay, we have understood the concept, but ultimately to do you have to do something in life, right? Do is the real world. Just thinking cannot help. You have to do something. Now, do means activities. Let's see what are the activities you can do. Now, again, I'm throwing you the same picture: awareness, consideration, conversion, why, how, and what. Customer lifecycle changes from stranger, traffic, lead to becoming a customer. Now, let's see what are the online activities which are involved in every stage. Now, this is the first one. I have color coded as well. So you can see the yellow is being, the yellow color is for awareness stages. Now, these are the activities which you do in your awareness stage. What are the activities? These activities are divided into 2 parts. One is inorganic methods and one is organic methods. Now, how we marketers call organic and inorganic? Organic here means free, things which are free, which means when you make a post on your Facebook, it's free, right? Facebook is not charging you. But the same way, if you are making an ad on Facebook, Facebook is charging you. So I have divided these activities into organic methods and inorganic methods. Organic methods are SEO, basically blogs. Why many people are writing blog? Why they are investing time on writing blog? Because Google shows you on the top and then you go on their website and then your journey starts. You start becoming from stranger to traffic to lead to customer. That's why people write blogs. And blog means SEO. Although SEO has deeper meanings to it, but we are not going deep in that right now. Social media post. Why people keep sharing social media post? Because it's organic way of making people aware. Now understand that whenever you are making a social media post of just sales, I have written here social media post, and this goes in the category of awareness. Always make sure that your social media posts are awareness. Make them aware. Show your passion of, and then to convert, to make a sales, there is a different method, and which we will see just now. Inorganic methods are when you are making a Facebook awareness ad. Now see, Facebook, we will see in future slides that Facebook gives you Facebook is a marketing platform. Understand that Facebook is a marketing platform. It is not a platform anymore that you share your cuteness and you share your life and all those things. Facebook is a marketing platform, and I'll show you how. So Facebook has 3 kinds of ads which it invites you to make: Facebook awareness ad, Facebook conversion ads, consideration ad, and Facebook conversion ads. And you will see how it is made. Similarly, inorganic methods are making a Google ad, LinkedIn ad, or influencer marketing as well. When you are working in awareness stages, I'm not going deeper into this. Each one of them is a bigger chapter, but I'm not going deeper into it. Just understand it in a conceptual stage. Consideration stage. Now, what happens when, let's say, you have made a social media post sharing that, hey, I've written a blog here, and yeah, if you want to read it, just read it. What do? You bring people to the consideration stage, and consideration stage is this. I am starting from the bottom. Invite them to your webinar. Invite them to your MailChimp or ConvertKit forms. So basically, when you come to a website, you download something and then you give your email IDs to them. That's how you bring them to your consideration stage. Here, landing page form. The one who was asking where the website fits in this funnel, the website fits in this funnel as a consideration stage activity. So whenever you start a business, people think, I have to make a website. I first ask, why do you want to make a website? If, let's say, your Facebook has enough audience and people start messaging you on Facebook and you are converting clients on Facebook, you don't need a website. So anything you invest on, even $1 or €1 you are investing in marketing, this thing should work that in which funnel you are investing, in which exact funnel you are investing this. So if you are paying 2,000 euros for making a website, understand that you are paying for a consideration stage. Many people write blogs and make a fabulous website and do nothing about the awareness stage. And then they think that the marketer was bad, or my business is not increasing, because you didn't invest in the awareness stage. You just invested in the consideration stage, and maybe you didn't even invest in the conversion stage. So this funnel has to have, if you are spending 100 euros, you have to divide your money in all these 3 stages. Otherwise, your funnel will be very unsymmetric and the customers will not drop down from your funnel. Similarly, Facebook retargeting ads are also a kind of ad which you can make in the consideration stage. I'll show you in the later slides. What would you do in the conversion stage? Conversion stage is, of course, Facebook conversion ads, which I'll be showing you. Now, drip emails. Once a person has given you those emails, and very honestly, you will see in your inboxes as well, when I communicate to you, you will see how I communicate. You will see that you nurture your clients. Keep giving them some free stuff. Keep talking to them. And when I say free stuff, it's not that you are trapping them like a fish in the pond, but you're actually helping them, because people who have downloaded your stuff, they are in need of that service or that product. You're just helping them by adding more content to it. With this mindset, you should send an email, but the spams which you receive in your inboxes, they are just missing out on this communication. They are just spamming you, pushing you to buy, but no, it is always a nurture. You are basically handshaking with them, making a friendship with each email ID which you have. Similarly, an older way of conversion was SMS conversion, when people on SMS, once they have interacted you through your awareness and consideration stage, they now take SMS as a tool. WhatsApp nurturing and LinkedIn conversion as well. People also take you back. Why did I take you back? My reason of taking you to the WhatsApp group was to have a smooth communication. But then WhatsApp is also, these days, you will see why Facebook bought WhatsApp. So see how this thing works. Facebook bought WhatsApp because WhatsApp is a conversion strategy. Now Facebook already has this awareness capability, right? Because people post there. Facebook has this consideration capability because Facebook has a retargeting lead gen ad type. Now Facebook keeps buying WhatsApp and all those channels which are conversion stage. So basically Facebook in itself tries to become a full one-stop shop for marketing activities, so that people don't invest in Google or any other platform, but Facebook becomes your one-stop shop for all the marketing activities. Right? So these are the conversion activities or tools which you should engage into to run this funnel. Going to now let's visualize this funnel. You still remember this yellow one and the red one and the green one. Now this is what I have designed, and this is called a marketing automation factory. What is an automation factory? Basically, you design your marketing campaign in such a way that Now the only decision is how much money you are putting in initially. So let's say if I put in 100 euros, I earn 200 euros. And this is a whole marketing automation in which I just receive pings in my inboxes that, okay, customer has paid, customer has paid. And now it depends on my decision whether I want to invest 100. If I invest 100, I receive 200. If I invest 500, I receive 1000. If I invest 2000, I receive 4000. If this is happening, that means you have automated your whole marketing campaign, which just starts with putting money and you start receiving money. This is how an automation works. And these are the visualizations of automation. The first stage, if I have to call it a department, is called traffic section, in which you are running these awareness campaigns in which the traffic is coming to you. The strangers are becoming your traffic. And now they are either you are dropping them to your website or to your Instagram or to any place where you think you have the capacity to convert them from traffic to lead, which means you should have some free stuffs to offer to them. If your Facebook doesn't have that capacity to offer a free stuff, that means your Facebook is not your conversion platform. You need to make a website. If your Instagram doesn't have that capacity, that means your Instagram is not your conversion platform. You should have a website or something else. So something where you can actually offer them to taste. Remember that boat of when you and the girl was sitting, that boat is your second stage. For me, my website works best. And that's why I always try everyone to get diverted to my website, because website is my boat in which I am spending time with you and you are downloading freebies or interacting with my pages and then learning from it. The third one is, once your traffic becomes a lead, then you are engaging with them in drip emails, sending them emails or SMSs or WhatsApp communication or LinkedIn communication. And then they are finally, when they need your services, they will come to you and they will become your services. Right? My biggest suggestion to you would be people who you think are speakers, connect with them on LinkedIn. Start a conversation. Do not just stop at learning. You are just receiving one-way communication, learning from each other, but learning from the speakers, but add value to their life as well. Connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with your other participants who are participating on LinkedIn, and then strike a conversation. Do not just start pitching that I want a job or I want business from you, or can you help me in sales or something. No, don't jump on the why part. Follow a structure 1, 2, 3, and be very honest and ethical with it, that you should add some value to somebody's life and not just for your business. Give me some yes and no's for this one if you have understood. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one.
Most of them are saying yes, yes. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Now let's see a little more focus on how this funnel works in your Facebook ads. Precisely on the Facebook ads, we are not dealing with all these options because these are all deeper chapters in digital marketing. I'm just now focusing on all the 3 Facebook ads, how Facebook ads can help you. So I told you that your customer is a 3-course meal, right? You have to communicate 3 times to your customers to finally make them a customer. So first is your spoon. You feed them with an awareness content, then you feed them with an engagement content, and then you feed them with the conversion campaigns. And these are the activities, these are the platforms through which you feed this communication. Now, the biggest advantage of Facebook ads is that Facebook allows you to define your audience, and audience is the biggest control you have on Facebook ads. Whom do you want to show? Compare it with television. A television doesn't know who is watching your ad, right? But in the beauty of digital marketing is that everything is tracked, and Facebook knows that who has consumed your awareness content, and who has consumed your consideration content, and who has consumed your conversion campaign content. So awareness, the audience type is open audience. You have to show your awareness ad. Now I'm especially focusing on ads and not talking about posts. Now, when you make ad, the awareness ad should always be focused on open audience. We'll see what is an open audience. Your consideration ad should always be focused on your retargeted audience and not an open audience. And your conversion ad should always be targeted on your, again, retargeted audience. So basically, in a layman's term, this awareness campaign is shown to everyone, and still you will be, making a frame, making a boundary to whom you want to show. But a consideration ad will only be shown to people who have seen your awareness ad. Similarly, a conversion ad will only be shown to people who have seen your consideration ad. Let's see how it works. And the customer life cycle, we already know, changes from stranger traffic, lead to customer. Let's see. Now, when you open your Facebook ad, when you click on ad manager, this is how Facebook looks like. Now, 98% of the people do not know this because they see Facebook only from the front end. They do not see the marketing end of the Facebook. And we marketers, and if you are a business owner, you see the back end of Facebook. Now, I was telling you about this funnel, which is a very marketing funnel. Now, see how Facebook has designed itself. Facebook looks like this from behind, which means the backbone of Facebook is marketing. Now, Facebook asks you to make whether you want to make an awareness ad or a consideration ad or a conversion ad. Now, these are very different types of ads according to your business type. For example, focus on the consideration section 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have an app, if you have designed an app, then Facebook exactly can tell you how to make an app ad. If you have, let's say, a YouTube channel or a video, then Facebook helps you to make a video ad. So basically, under consideration, Facebook has designed a lot of categories to specifically help a particular business type. Now, when you are running an awareness ad, then you will go to the open audience, and in open audience, Facebook gives you this opportunity to close or to choose location of your audience, age, gender, and then detailed targeting, which is called demography, interest, and behavior. And this is very important. Let me show you. Whatever you do on Facebook, understand that you are being tracked. Now, I will also, so when you like some pages, so when I play my ads, for example, for my visual storytelling workshops, my target audience is people who like doodles, people who like graphic. They have the most chances that they will like my ad. And how do I know that you like it or not? Because Facebook tells me whom do you want to target, and see, these are the business industries. These are the exact drop downs which Facebook tells me in which I can target you. So when you like a page which is graphic based page or something, Facebook exactly knows that what you are liking. Maybe you're liking a lot of political pages. So Facebook will know that you have a political bend of mind, and I can target my ads to you. This is the power of Facebook when it comes to demographic, interest, and behavior. And it is thorough. It is very, very thorough. I can even go to a limit that I know exactly almost at which color of your shirt you are wearing right now. Almost. In Facebook can track you to this level. Now, one more thing, for example, many of you have bought the bootcamp tickets. Now, I already have a Facebook pixel on my website because of for my ads. Now, this information also goes to Facebook that what you have bought till now. So maybe you have bought something on Amazon, and Amazon has a Facebook pixel. Basically, it's a type of code which every website has on it, and it keeps giving information to Facebook that what you have bought. So when you have bought a shoe, you will see that you will start receiving advertisements of shoes. If you have bought, let's say, a bootcamp, which was a visual thinking bootcamp, you might see ads of Newland markers or maybe some other marker company or something, because Facebook will help those companies to target people who have bought something related to this. So this is called behavior. Facebook tracks your behavior as well. And to the extent that 3 years back, or I think 2 years back, Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, was in the courts for this very reason, that they think because of Facebook ads, the elections of America was twisted. So whenever you show your emotions, when there is, for example, I'm just taking an example, the world is moving towards, extremism. When you make an anti-community, you make an anti-post on some community and people like it or people show hatred, Facebook tracks that what is the emotion building on. So yeah, guess when you write an anti-Mexico, for example, I don't know if I'm using the right example, but maybe in America, if you are writing an anti-Mexico post and people are liking it, then Facebook will tell those political parties that there's an emotion building up of anti-Mexico or anti-Muslims or whatever it could be. Maybe these days, because of that accident, the black that activity is going on right now. So Facebook is tracking those activities, and many businesses will make use of that activity, those activities which people are doing on Facebook. But anyways, that's a different topic altogether. going to, now this is again a facilitation chart which we will not be working on, but again coming to that question, the first question which somebody asks, this is the buyer persona which you define before running any campaign. So this buyer persona is basically, you talk about 6 zones of six zones of any of your target audience. So their personal info. So their personal info means try to see to whom you are targeting: age, gender, children, marital status, location, income, education. Think about their professional info. What is their job title? What is the company and industry they are working in? Their average salary, measure of success. Why I'm telling you this? Because once you have drafted this, Facebook will actually help you to target all these. So Facebook drills down to these levels. If you are not sure of your buyer persona, you will not be able to make your Facebook audience, and you will not be, your ads will not give you good ROI, return of investment, because you will not be able to target your audience well. So talk about their professional info, typical day at work, what are their skills, see their values and fears. So see, I was talking about the election part. These are the things, values and fears. What do they fear? And if you write something like they fear something, then search on Facebook that how Facebook will tell you that this is their fear, and you can target them. So that's why I was telling you that values and fear is also one of the biggest buyer persona thing. You talk about the drivers and decision making, what scares them, what is the value in their profession and personal life. So keep noting down all these. That will help you to draft your Facebook ads better. Talk about their goals. What is their personal goals, personal and career goals, challenges to achieve their goals, how they prioritize them. Think about these topics. Where are they found? So where do you found this buyer? Do they search on websites, or they watch more TV, or they watch or they more prefer newspapers? So where are they belong to? Which are the groups and associations which they have? How do they spend their day? What are their hobbies, sites they serve? And hurdles. This is also important to see that what could be a hurdle to sell this thing to your target audience. Maybe they are not knowledgeable. Maybe they need your service, but they are not knowledgeable for it. For example, the visual community. We know that the corporates need our services because it helps them to design their campaigns, but many people don't know about it. And this is why our bootcamp effort is that many people should join. We should create awareness that visual is the way to get things done in at work as well. And that's why our name is Visuals at Work, because we specifically wanted to brand ourselves as that visuals are for work as well, and visuals are not just cute and for kindergartens, but it can be used for work as well. So maybe they don't know about your topic, so you have to draft your marketing collaterals according to that. Difficult to convince. Technology, is there a technology barrier? Do they have budget problems? Many people have cultural judgments. Do they have cultural judgments on something? So think about all these, and this will help you create your ads. Moving further. Till now, I was talking to you about open audience. Now, the second one is retargeted audience, which means now you are retargeting them. From open audience, you brought the audience to your consideration channels, which means it could be your website, it could be your Instagram, it could be anything. And now you can retarget them because Facebook tells you to target people. See, you can create a custom audience here and share to Facebook that use the source website. People who have visited my website already, or people who have seen this video, see the second option, or people who have visited my Instagram profile. Nothing gets untracked on internet. Everything is being tracked. Where you are visiting me or anyone, they are tracking you. This is the pixel code which I was talking to you about. This is the third one, is the pixel code which everyone puts on their website. And by this, see, when you are making your custom audience, Facebook tells you target to all website visitors who have visited you in past 30 days. And maybe people who have visited a specific page. So let's say if we do a second bootcamp, I can easily tell Facebook that only target to people who have visited at the bootcamp landing page, because you will be the person who will be most benefited to attend a deeper bootcamp. Maybe we go deeper in the topics, then you will be the person who will be most appropriate to attend that bootcamp. And I do not need to target to all the people, all the open audience. I do not need to target because I'll be wasting my money in that. But it's better that I only target to people who have already landed on this bootcamp page. They'll be the most most suited audience for this. The third one is, and how you do it in the open audience. This is the tab, create new audience, and in the retarget one, you use a saved audience. And how you save audience, I've shown you in the previous slide. And see, these are the for the third one, the conversion ones. You are targeting only to people who have seen your second and the third stage. So see how this is done. When you target in the third section, Facebook tells you engage with everyone. So target to people who have engaged with your page. Or see the second option, people who are engaged with your post or ad. So that means people who engaged with my second ad now will be shown my third ad. People who clicked any call to action button, people who sent a message on your page, people who saved your page or any post. So see, any activity you are doing on Facebook, it is being tracked by Facebook and it is offered on a platter to the marketers so that they can pinpoint target to people. Right? For this as well, you click on the saved audience and then choose a saved audience which you want to choose. I'm showing you now my reports. This was one of the, in December, I was in India and this was an experiment for me. I wanted to see how India reacts to visual storytelling. And this is the campaign which I ran. I'm only showing you a small part of the campaign. It was a larger one, and see how I spent this much. And then I got the impressions. Impression is basically the ad was shown to people. And then these are the link clicks I got from these two so 43,000 impression and 328 link clicks, which means for every click I spent 0.37 euros if you divide 122 by 328. And this is the landing page, which means I lost some. If 328 people clicked, only 243 visited my website, which means my website loading speed was low. So I had to improve my website's loading speed because many people were not patient to wait for the website to load. So out of 243, now this is, I can choose conversions in Facebook to allow Facebook to tell me that how people are shifting from my pages. So the landing page views were 243 and this was the main landing page, where I was introducing the masterclass. So 327, this was because there were some repeat customers as well. The people visited twice as well. So this was 327, out of which 28 people went on my thank you page. You must have realized that when you filled the boot camp, you were also landed to a thank you page. So always make a thank you page in your website, so you know that people who visited 327 people, 228 people were landing on your thank you page. That means 28 was your conversion. So if I spent 128 euros, 28 were my final buyers. And it depends on the ticket value. 28 multiplied by the ticket value was your earning. Right? So this is the whole reporting which Facebook gives you. Now, what happens after this? Again, some of you might be on this boot camp, so you might see your names here. Rohit, your name is here. So people, when they paid, it's amazing when you receive these emails, and this is what automation does to you. See, I've transferred 2,990. The payment is done, and all these stuffs. When you receive your emails, I'm also showing you my bank account. This is my Indian bank account, which keeps receiving money. And this was the price for each workshop, the discounted price. And I'm showing you the back end as well. And this is an amazing feeling when you receive SMSs of ticks, and things are happening. Now, this was it, but I'm taking 2 more minutes to tell you what else you might benefit with. I have a lot of upcoming workshops on my website. If you visit my website and go on the 4th tab, which is workshop, or click here. Agalia, if you can share that link with the audience on the chat, it'll be fantastic. So curiousPiyush.com/workshops and webinars.
I've shared it already. Yeah.
Okay. You will see a lot of workshops which are coming in. This one is coming up on 9th of June, which is like in 3 days. And this is on visual team energizers. This is a 2-hour workshop in which I'll be telling how you can facilitate an online workshop on Zoom by drawing. So how you can engage people, collaborate in an icebreaker and energizer exercise. This is a 2-hour workshop. And these are the master classes. These are bigger workshops which are happening. The visual storytelling is on 16th and 18th, 2 days. Of course, it's an online training, 4 hours per day. And here you will learn from making your business drawings to visual storytelling flip charts. So this is a complete masterclass, which is my flagship masterclass. On 15th and 17th, I'm doing a masterclass on Facebook ads, in which you will be with me, and we will, in 2 days, we will actually make Facebook ads for your company or for your services. So it's not just a theory which I'll be telling you, but I'll be with you, making ad copies, text, graphics with you, and actually launching Facebook ads. These are the ad copies which I made. I'll be sharing with you all these. These are the video ad copies. I'll be teaching you how you can make video ad copies using tools like Canva and other platforms. You can make video ad copies. The text ad, how to write text in your ads. And that's it. Thank you for attending my session. And I hope I still have time. 2 minutes.
Yeah, you have 2 minutes time. And before we do the feedback, a little bit of question and answer here. First question is, whatever you said from this approach of why, how, what, could that be done at the same time for presentation, or linking with LinkedIn, connecting with people in LinkedIn also? Can that step be applied? That came from one of the participants.
Absolutely. I've already told you that this has to be, and if you search on Google LinkedIn marketing, you will actually get templates of messages which you should always have handy with you to message. When you are making a first connection, this message. When you are making a second connection, this message. When you're talking third time, this message.
Okay.
What it is, the marketing is very, 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 very automated.
Yeah. Thank you, Piyush. And one more question is, would the same thing work for Instagram also? Since we were only talking about Facebook throughout, the other platform will also engage the same way, considering Facebook has taken over Instagram as well. So
very interesting question. And for this, I invite you all to visit my Instagram and check what I have right now. The link in bio is right now the bootcamp link, but I always have a link called curiouspiyush.com/welcome. And when you click that, the welcome has all the freebies. So understand, I was telling you that let it be Instagram or your website or anything, it has to be a conversion platform. So if you want to make an Instagram your conversion platform, that means people need to click something and eventually give their email IDs or phone numbers so that you can nurture them and help them with other problems. So always have that link in bio, a very systematic one. Maybe I can wait in the chat. I'm typing to you, visit this. Usually my LinkedIn bio lands you to this page, and this will curiouspiyush.com welcome. Try to make this kind of a page for your LinkedIn bio, and on that always have all the free stuffs for people. So it becomes your conversion platform.
thank you. And one more question here is, can FB also track screenshots taken? Because people save their flyers and coordinates that way. So will that also track screenshots? Because I think it's more a gadget thing.
Yeah, very true. So see, understand the most easily trackable content is either text or voice. So if you're chatting to people on Facebook, making voice calls, everything is being tracked. Facebook knows that what you're talking about. Maybe they don't reveal it, but they know what you're talking about. Image is the most difficult one, but with these in today's time, in artificial intelligence time, even images are tracked. So, but to a lot less extent, but images are also tracked. So, but you don't have an option. Where will you go? Will you go on WhatsApp? WhatsApp is tracking you. Will you go on Google? Google is tracking you. Everyone is tracking you. So that is why this is a famous saying that whenever you consume something for free, you are not consuming anything for free in this world. You are basically, you are the product here. You are giving away your privacy to consume things on internet. And this is how it is. I mean, no matter how bad or good you feel, this is how it is.
Perfect, Piyush. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. And participants, before you leave, we have this photograph moment, but I have posted the feedback form link again. So if you can just give us a feedback for this particular session, how it went for you, just take like 30 minutes to do that.
But because I have revealed so much of secret today, I want to tell you that I take full authority that you will not be spammed from my side. I will not be retargeting and targeting you in a bad way. Whatever I give you, it will be real valuable content. This is the ethical platform or the ethics which I work on. I will not spam you.
Thank you, Piyush. All right, great. So with that, Natasha, we would just like to see a little bit. I'll spotlight you a little. Oh,
Where's my
nice.
spike, Natasha?
A marketer's love story. That's cute. I mean, nice. Thank you, Natasha. Thanks a lot. We will be sending this soft copy to you through WhatsApp and Facebook also, and through LinkedIn as well. Thank you, Natasha.
Thank you.
Huh.
So, can we have a little bit of photograph with this again? Shall we just open your cameras out and let's see all of you
So
and
we
Piyush?
at work.
Yeah,
I'm also taking a screenshot.
you are okay.
But you take, because my WhatsApp is.
I'm doing that.
But Piyush is not on video.
I'm not on video.
No.
You are with photo
Still.
on.
You are still.
Never on video. Oh shit.
You were never.
Oh God.
What happened?
It says I cannot start my video. So host.
Just a minute. I'm clicking the picture.
Nobody told me that I was not on video. Come on.
We all thought you were, it was a strategy
Ah,
to focus on your content.
that's why I was not able to see me. I'm myself.
Yeah. We don't know even you are wearing the same coat or not.
To start my camera, it says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh my God, I didn't do anything there. That isn't a strategy of mine.
That's been happening with a lot of
Make me
people.
host. Yeah. Make me
Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Just a minute.
It's okay. Piyush will miss seeing you today, but
No, don't
great
worry.
session.
Piyush. I can always
photobomb
Photoshop you.
other speakers. I'll be photobombing other speakers.
I'll Photoshop you. Don't worry.
Make him a co-host, yeah.
See, he didn't
Okay.
want to be the co-host. Yeah. So now I have.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
Finally,
so
I'm
much for
here.
being there. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Same time.
Yes.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Piyush, can I say something?
Bye-bye.
Yes,
Thank you so
please.
much, Piyush.
Muhammad. Yeah.
Hey, your website is not opening on my official laptop because the website is not categorized. It is categorized as miscellaneous or unknown. So I recommend you give some category, some meta tag in your website so that it is educational or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are typing curiouspiyush.com.
Yes, I copied pasted the URL from the chat, and it is showing giving
So
information on
the
on
chat
my
URL is incomplete.
official laptop. It is showing not allowed to browse miscellaneous or unknown categories. So it is some firewall which is stopping. You can basically put some meta tag in your website to categorize it.
Check this link now. This is a complete link, the HTTPS link. I think this should open. Earlier, I only gave you curiouspiyush.com, but this is a complete link. Is this opening?
Give me a second. I'm just trying. No, it's not opening. So basically, you need to categorize your website. Right now, it is showing miscellaneous or like that.
Come in touch with me on my personal WhatsApp. Something new for me. So I'll learn from you.
Yeah, because I am using my official office laptop. See, this is the message which I am getting. So I can still recommend our like firewall to
Firewall, yeah.
some suggested category, but you can do at your website. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Mohammed.
In my website, just for anyone to know, I see it perfectly. So it's probably a firewall that it's come up with the people that work in offices that
so I'll tell you
in their laptop.
Yeah, it's also possible because I have Facebook pixels in me, which of course tracks traffic. So your office workshop or your office websites always gives you a pop-up that you are visiting a website which is tracking you. So that could be one of the reasons.
Probably not because of that, because if I suggest in my the firewall that, okay, just categorize this under educational or something which is useful, so it will be done. Maybe it will take one day or so. But it's better to categorize your website under some category. So some meta tag or something will be there in the website, the HTML code heading, where you can categorize it under educational or something, training or something appropriate one, so that the firewall will not block it. in organizations intranet, or I'm using internet. I'm working from home, but the laptop is office laptop, so it is just blocking like that.
I've noted it down. I'll make sure I'll get it done. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Anyone, any questions, you can just ask, interact with him. Otherwise, like, we can meet tomorrow. I can close the chat for today.
I realized I was running like a bullet train at the end.
I know, at the end. I'm sorry.
But very useful session. So thanks for that.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
See you all tomorrow. See you. Bye.
See you guys tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow.
Say bye.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye. Take care. Bye, Rohit. Bye, Ari.
Bye.
Bye, Ari.
Hi, Sophie. Good.
So we are here.
And we're here. We're just.
I'm crying.
Recording closed.
Did you stop the recording? Please stop the recording.